What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Formula America podcast. We're your host, Kurt Dillon. Formula One's heading to the best race of the year, Dylan.
It is. It delivers. And I know that we're slightly biased on that, but COTA has never disappointed.
COTA, it's, in my opinion, it's up there with the best of the tracks. It's always putting on a good show, and we're going to be there this year, so I'm super excited for that. I haven't been to this track in a couple years now.
It's been a little bit. I've been every year. And the funny thing is I enjoy this race so much that I have stopped going to the race on Sundays because I actually want to watch it.
Right, yeah.
The past 3 years in a row, like this year, we're only going on Saturday, and I assume you and I are going to go post up somewhere to watch the actual race.
That's my new MO. I think I've done that the past, let's see, I did it in Brazil. I did it in Mexico. We did it in Mexico City last year.
Yeah, we picked the wrong place for that one too. That was a swing and a miss on our part.
But hey, I think that's honestly the best way to do it, especially on a sprint weekend, because you still get the racing action on Saturday, and then you can actually sit down and pay attention to the race on Sunday. So I think we've cracked the code there.
I do too. I'm excited. It's going to be hot. Welcome to Texas. None of us are enjoying this either.
I was not looking forward to that. Last time I was in Texas, I was wearing a sweater during the race.
Yeah.
And that's not the case this time.
No, it's going to be, the forecasts all say 85. They're all completely full of shit. It's going to be 95.
I see Formula One said they might be releasing another heat warning or whatever.
I would not blame them. It has been not a cloud in the sky and 95 degrees every day for the past 2 months.
Oh, that's going to suck. We're going to bake out there, but it's fun. We're going to get to see the cars, hear them.
It's fun.
Them,
yeah. It's
smell
fun. Them. Yeah. We're not sick of the heat at all.
We're going to enjoy this, right?
This is going to be fun, right? Right? So in Formula One's Pirelli is doing everything they can to make Formula One interesting, because Lord knows on its own, it's drugged the past this year.
Dude, this year has just got to be some of the most uneventful racing. Like it's like almost every track is a Monaco now. You have to win it on Saturday.
We've got more races than ever and probably the fewest amount of safety cars ever.
Right, yeah. Definitely ready for the new regs. But what's Pirelli doing this weekend?
So they are jumping a tire compound. We got C1 hard, and then we jump to C3 medium, C4 soft. So, and Pirelli said that the C1 does really well here. The odds of a one-stop are high. Almost everyone last year did a one-stop. 15 cars started on mediums and switched to hard, and then 5 started on the hards and switched to mediums. There's a couple, Albon did a few other things, but that was the general rule. And so we know the C1s will go long. What they're trying to do is they believe that the C3, C4 are significantly quicker and might open up a 2-stop opportunity.
Interesting. I like that.
So
there's
not a lot of lateral, tire deg. It's more thermal deg around this track. You get a little bit of deg through the S's that everyone loves so much, but it's mainly just the heat, and it's going to be hot this weekend. So that'll be interesting.
You know, another thing that I like about this track, I was reading the other day that the ground that it's built on, it's so soft that the elevation changes year to year, and the bumps change year to year. And so normally on a normal weekend, you would have 3 practice sessions to get out there, figure out where the bumps are, figure out how to set your ride height. Since it's a sprint weekend, though, my favorite, there's only 1 practice session.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be critical, and it's really going to determine a lot of teams' success this weekend, how quickly they can get out there and kind of get over, get a hold of the track and how it's evolved from last year, because it's never really the same, which is awesome.
I love the elevation change too. I was talking to a guy when I was at the race last year that does GT3 racing, and he was talking about, turn 1 is iconic and awesome. But what I didn't realize is that you go steep uphill, and then the top of the turn flattens out before you actually turn. And so he said it's really, really tricky because you're hard on the brakes. You're going uphill, so the weight of the car is on the rear axle, and then you flatten out and everything shifts to the front of the car. It makes actually turning through that flat corner difficult. He was talking about all the micro elevation changes, how complex it makes this track.
Yeah, I've done this track a lot on sim racing, and that first turn is so hard. 1, because of that, and 2, because it's a blind left-hand, almost 180-degree turn. And so you have to pick your turn-in point and just hope that it hits, and you just hit that turn and hope you hit the apex. And it's really interesting to see. If you watch last year's race, Lando started out front, Max was in 4th, and Max went on the inside, and there's so much because the pit exit is right there.
Yep.
So you've got so much tarmac where you can
could get
really
6
dive
cars
on the
wide
inside.
through there.
Yeah, and last year Lando thought he was cutting across like Max normally does and cutting him off, but Max just used all that extra tarmac and got all the way in front on turn 1. So turn 1's always interesting here. We've seen lots of incidents here before. It's incident. It's just such a good track, man. I love this track.
Oh, I do too. Turn 11 down to that back straight, which you also don't realize the micro elevation change. When you come around turn 11, you can't see turn 12. And you get up to 200 miles an hour, crest the top of it. Last year when I went to the sprint race, I was sitting right at turn 12 and I could see the break point markers, the 50 meters, 100 meters braking points. And in quali, those dudes don't brake till the 50.
Golly.
That's how, and then then you like notice it, like every one of them hits the brakes dead on that marker. And then for the sprint race that afternoon, everyone was braking like 100 and 125. Like
wow.
it was a stark difference. It was really cool to sit right there and like see that.
Yeah, that's really impressive. I think a lot of people don't realize the difference of seeing these cars in person versus on TV. Because when you're in person, you get the sounds that you just don't pick up on TV, and you get to see things like that, like where they're stopping, and just the stark difference on full speed, flat out, and then when they hit the brakes, just how quickly those cars decelerate, which is one of the most impressive parts, I think, of Formula One.
Yeah, it's what, and the colors on those cars are so vibrant. The TV does not do it justice.
No, that Aston Martin, the Red Bull orange.
I love the Red Bull.
Beautiful.
It makes me love the Red Bull even more.
Right.
Speaking of, I saw this morning, woke up, got on Instagram. Mohammed bin Sulayem had dinner last night with Zach Brown and Christian Horner, and they were like taking pictures together with the three of them, which I thought was strange.
Interesting. Yeah.
Zach Brown and Christian Horner are not people I feel like hang out in their free time.
No. And then them with MBS, it's like, what's going on here?
And y'all are taking pictures and posting it all over social media. What the hell is going on?
Yeah. You know what's interesting? That's one thing I always find interesting is, when it comes to racing, it's like your enemies, you're going to battle. But then outside of the track, like you see stuff like that. Like recently there was pictures of Christian Horner and Adrian Newey at a Coldplay concert or something like that.
Yeah.
And you see all these people that generally you think wouldn't be friends, but then they are.
Was
friends.
Christian with his wife at the Coldplay concert, or was that a different guy?
Oh, oh no, they're on the kiss cam. It's just Christian Horner holding Adrian Newey.
Please come back. Take me with you, actually.
Man.
All right. Predictions. I went
Let's
a wee bit crazy. Crazy for me, I guess I should say. It's not.
All right. I'm excited. We've got 2 sets of predictions, which always makes this more difficult. But
way more difficult.
I've got thoughts about this weekend, so I'm excited to hear how your predictions line up with mine.
All right. For the sprint race, who is on pole?
Pole on the sprint race. I am going to give this one to Lando Norris. I think he's going to get the pole for the sprint.
I gave it with Piastri. Piastri is spicy about last weekend. He likes this track. I think the McLaren, even with it being hot, is going to do fairly well. I'm good. I went Piastri.
All right. We'll talk about this after our predictions, how I feel about Piastri and Norris coming in this weekend. All right. P3, I have Maximum Verstappen.
I have George Russell.
Oh, a hot race with that Ferrari, with the Mercedes, which did well last week. Race in Singapore in the heat, but
it doesn't usually do well in the heat. But I think when we get to the wild card, you'll see why.
All right, P2, I have the Aussie Oscar Piastri.
I got Maxi Boy.
All right, P1, obviously Lando's getting it.
Yeah, I got Oscar winning it.
All right, and the wild card, I put 2 DNFs during the sprint race. Gonna be wild.
I like it.
I want to see.
We'll be there for it. Literally.
I want to see it right there. Turn 1. We'll be there. Turn 1 on the hill. I want to see that.
Well, that's funny because that kind of goes in hand with my wild card. Norris is going to drop back significantly in the first lap.
That's blasphemy.
That's definitely not blasphemy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Lando, so
I don't know if you've seen the new and improved Lando Norris, but that is not going to
be in my podium predictions, because probably turn 1, maybe one of the later ones, but definitely lap 1, he's going to fall down the ranks and not be able to.
The only way I see that happening is if him and Oscar come together, which I think is a very high likelihood.
I am here for it.
I think with those guys, the gloves are off. Papaya rules are out the window. They've already got the championship.
Papaya rules are out for, Oscar. Lando, I'm sure, still going to get some help because he's the golden child.
Like Oscar, Lando spun and dropped back 6 places. I need you to fall back 7.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Like, oh, come on, guys.
Okay, before we get to the GPs, then let's talk Singapore real quick. What is your take on that? We didn't do a Singapore review. You're in Europe.
Yes. All right. So Singapore, you talking about with the incident between the two of the McLarens. The incident. So I think that was, I understand both sides. I understand why Oscar was mad. You're looking at his onboard. It looked like Lando just turned right into him. So in the heat of the moment, I understand that, but I think the team did the right thing. I think that it's tough because they've already set the precedent that we're going to make things right. So that's why you don't do that, because then you get in situations like this where now Oscar wants to be put back up front because he feels like he was wronged. So the team set themselves up for that. But I think they're righting the ship now and they're not getting involved. I think that with Lando, we saw what happened. He got a little ambitious, went up, tried to avoid Max. I think he actually had contact with Max.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Oscar was right there. But I think that Lando is getting aggressive. He understands that he has to get aggressive. He has that opportunity. I think Oscar's in the point now where Oscar is in the lead. He's got Max catching up a little bit. He's got Lando, who's taken points out of him 3 races in a row. So Oscar has to be somewhat cautious. And so, unfortunately, he has to protect the lead while Lando can do whatever he wants to take that lead. So I think that's why things are getting extremely exciting. And I think both of those guys, once the visor comes down, there's no love lost between the two of them.
I completely agree. I think it was an awesome move from Lando. Very ambitious, paid off really well for him. Great move. You made contact with the car. It just happened to be Oscar Piastri. Yeah. I highly, highly, highly blame McLaren for their stupid papaya rules, and we're going to make this fair and all that bullshit. That's what I have the biggest issue with. I think it was a great move by Lando. But because of that, I don't necessarily see Oscar, when they come over the radio and go, hey, Lando had a bad pit stop. We need you to drop back. Remember, you're going to need the team. Please, Oscar, please. I think Oscar's going to be like, sorry, I can't hear you in rock and roll, which I'm happy about. I think the papaya rules have been.
I think Oscar, I feel the same way. Oscar is not going to play that game, but I also feel that the team is no longer going to do that. I feel that now I don't know. I don't think they're going to do that, man. I think they can't at this point. They've already got the Constructors Championship. So let these guys go out there and fight. And also, it's bringing so much bad press to the team, bad publicity. It's starting to turn on the drivers. Also, like people are turning against the drivers because of decisions that the team is making. So I hope, and I think that they're just going to keep their hands out of it. They're going to be like, hey, you guys race cleanly, race fairly, but go for it.
Yeah. I've always really enjoyed that about Mercedes and Toto Wolff. The rules are you are free to race. Don't take each other out, period.
Right.
And that's the only rules that there should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, and honestly, that right now, if they both took each other out, Max is squarely back in the championship.
Oh, God, would that be awesome?
Because I think that right now, without that happening, it's not going to happen. It's fun to think about, and he can get close. Out. But if that happens, it's going to completely change. And then once Max starts to smell blood, good luck. Good freaking luck,
It's going to be like, I always loved Singapore last year when they released the Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton in it. And it was like, you don't give Lewis Hamilton a sniff of a chance because when he comes alive, it's good luck.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing with Max. And I would love... I don't think he's going to be able to win it no matter what, but I want to see Supermax. Oh, yeah. And I want to see the fear in the other driver's eyes.
I want to see a 3-car battle for the championship by the end of the season with, of course, Lando coming out on top. But I would love to see that. All right, let's move on to the GP. All right, who do you got on pole?
Maxi boy.
Damn it, Dylan. I had Max.
I knew you did too. I wrote it down. I was like, nope. I've given you Max on pole the last two predictions. I'm taking this one.
I can already see how this is going to go. Let me go ahead and swap my alternates the whole way down. Damn it, man. All right, so on pole, I am going to... I'll go boring on this one. I'll put Lando back on pole again for the GP. But I'll go on the record saying I had Max.
All right, it's not going to help your scoreboard. P3, I got Norris.
Okay, good. P3, I have Charles Leclerc.
Ooh, I thought about it.
Won the race last year. Also, Charles Leclerc has done pretty well in this track.
Yeah, but Ferrari just sucks. We keep hoping, and it just keeps on fading.
I was thinking he also got disqualified here, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I think he was one of the plank wears.
Yeah. All right, so I'm sticking with Charles Leclerc, P3. Who do you got, P2?
Piastri.
All right, I have Lando Norris in P2. Shite. I'm going to have to change that, I bet. Who do you got?
I got Max winning it.
Okay, I had Max winning it. I had Lando in second, so I'll swap. I got Lando taking the win, and I have Max taking P2, even though I had them swapped earlier. All right, I'm comfortable with that. What's your wild card?
I went a wee bit crazy on this one, but it feels right.
Oh,
Antonelli will beat George Russell.
I like that. I like that. I'm down with it. Antonelli and George Russell also just got confirmed 1 hour ago that they have signed new contracts.
Do we have any
details? No details
probably
on the contracts.
1 year each.
Probably a 1+1 or whatever. Feel like they're famous for doing that there. All right, my wild card. You'll notice I had only one McLaren on the podium.
I did notice that.
My wild card is that at the end of the GP, the championship points total will be equal to or less than only 10 points between Lando and Oscar. I think there's a big possibility.
What is it
right
currently?
Now? It's 22 points, I believe.
So
that means that Oscar is going to be out of the points, essentially.
Lando essentially has to finish on the podium or very close to it, and Oscar's got to be out of the points.
Yeah, I think that this weekend we are going to see a huge change or a huge swing where it's starting to build already. Lando's been taking points out of him slowly. I feel like Oscar is... I think he's starting to show cracks. I've never seen the cracks before. I think some cracks are starting to show, and we'll see what happens. It might be, but hey, whatever it is, it's not looking good for Mr. Piastri, I think.
Yeah, that's we'll see. I'm here for it. I'm gonna be genuinely a little bit upset if Lando ends up winning the world championship, but I'm here for a title fight.
Hey, like Zach Brown said, this is the Lando Norris era.
And he's really dominated this season. If there's one driver I was going to say is dominated, it's definitely Norris.
I was thinking back to in the
Norris
beginning
and
of
Ferrari,
the season.
they've just dominated.
I think it was Drive to Survive. They had that one clip with George and Lando where George is like, "Your favorite to win the championship this year," and Lando is like, "Oh man." I did see. Just side note, we're going to be in Austin. I saw that this weekend there's a Lando Norris pop up on Congress, and there's also a Danny Ricciardo Enchante collection pop up somewhere that I would like to hit up while we're there.
That'll be easy. We're going to drive right by it all Friday night when we pick y'all up. So
yep. And so if anybody's going to be there, Dylan and I will be probably on turn 1 on the hill on Saturday. Other than that, I don't know where else we'll be. We'll be walking around somewhere.
The other thing I wanted to point out because I was just looking at all the points, Max Verstappen, Red Bull Racing, is only 8 points behind Ferrari.
Wow. One man is 8 points behind both Ferraris.
Yeah, Red Bull's got 290 points, of which Max Verstappen is 273.
Man, that's wild.
I hope Max overtakes Ferrari. That'd be pretty entertaining.
That would be hilarious. That would be. All right. So before we get off, let's do an update on the fantasy since we missed our Singapore Grand Prix because I was out of town. We have still in first place, Advantage Max. Seat Full of Water in second place, and Providence Racing in third.
Those guys haven't changed in a while.
Nope. And then we have myself. We are checking. I am down in P9. And Dylan, you are P11.
Yeah, you're, what is that, 45 points ahead of me?
Yep.
Should probably change my lineup. We got Piastri, Carlos Sainz, Ocon, Hadjar, Bierman, McLaren, and Racing Bulls.
Yeah, I think I should change mine too. Oh, speaking of this, I see that I have Haas on here right now. Have you seen the new Haas livery for this weekend?
No, I don't think I have actually.
It's not. I said that they were going to go full out Americana as a last ditch effort to solidify themselves as the American team. They went half. They went halfway. It's still the black color scheme, but it's just not as big and bold as I was hoping.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they put the stars and stripes down the side. Just a little bit.
They did. I was expecting more. I mean, you've got Cadillac coming in. Cadillac is going to be no holds barred. I mean, they're going to be
Cadillac
the American
with
team.
Andretti.
Yeah. That in my opinion is already the better American team or the bigger American team.
It is, but does Andretti have any felonies so he's not allowed to leave the country like Gene Haas?
I don't know, but
that's really American of Gene Haas. All right,
that is. But that's what I was thinking because Gene Haas drove at the Goodwood Festival of Speed this year, so I don't know if he got special permission to go do that. Look at this. Red Bull also has nope, that's old. Normally Red Bull does bring a new livery to this race.
They're putting everything to the 2026 car right now and paying max.
Yeah, right. Man, that they've had quite the turnaround though. I don't think that McLaren I think is still the fastest car, but I think Red Bull is quickly picking up.
It's really seemed to be somewhat track dependent, and it's surprising how far down that gap has come.
Yeah.
Because I doubt Red Bull came out and said they're doing no more upgrades to the car. Everything's going to 2026. So I'm kind of amazed that McLaren didn't get stronger throughout the season. If I was McLaren, I'd be putting all of my cards to make sure we won this year. Like, who knows what's going to happen next year?
Yeah, well, I think there's a good chance that one of the McLarens is going to steal the title. I don't know if Max can make up that difference.
I don't think he can. I would love it if he could, but it's too much.
Yep. All right. Well, is there anything else that we need to hit on for this weekend?
Did you see the Twitter post of the F1 saying all the drivers that were still in contention, and Charles Leclerc is technically still in contention, and he commented, "Let's go, baby," on it.
It's like, yes, mathematically, there's still a chance, but let's be realistic here. I think Charles Leclerc, of all people, is like,
somebody did a mashup with Leclerc and Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber, going, "So you're telling me there's a chance?"
Oh man, yep. There's still a chance, buddy. Keep holding on to that hope.
Keep that hope up. It's makes the fall that much harder.
All right, well, guys. Hey, if you like this podcast, make sure you leave us a rating, leave us a review on whatever platform you're listening. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe, and share this with a friend also. And other than that, I think that might be it, Dylan. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hop on a plane and head out your way. So
are we going to do a live together recording on, when do you leave?
Monday.
Oh, cool.
Morning.
So Sunday we can do like a live recording.
Be our first one. Let's see. Let's do it. All right. Well, I think that's it. So on that note,
stay classy, America.
We'll see you next time.